Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Yoga with Laurie and Berkshire Yoga Dance and Fitness. Happy Earth Day. It was Earth Day on Wednesday this week, and obviously we're all connected as Earthlings to each other. And today I have a special mudra that I'd like to use. It's called Kanishna Mudra. And Kanishna Mudra looks like this. You take your hands and you close the fists like this, but you extend the pinky fingers and you bring the pinky fingers together in front of the solar plexus like this. And the core quality of this mudra is called connection to the earth. And there's a little poem that goes with it. The living earth pulses within my being, infusing me with all of its essential qualities. And its benefits include our deepening our sense of embodiment and connection to the earth. So just take a moment there to close the eyes and then start to embody that sense of the earthiness within us. I like to think of our bones particularly as coming from the earth, that solidity, that structure, the sense of our bones. And we'll be working with the bones today, strengthening the bones. And strengthening the bones is such an essential part to our health. And within the bones, of course, the marrow is produced, which is so essential to our well-being. So the health of the skeletal system is really a big part of our longevity as humans. It's also good for reducing stress and high blood pressure and balancing our elimination. If you have long fingernails, and this particularly isn't appropriate, just create a slight angle so the fingernails come away so you're not hurting the fingertips. Sit up a little taller, shoulders roll back and down, and bring your attention into the bones, into the skeleton. Release the mudra, let the hands come down, palms face upwards on the legs. Lengthen through the back, through the spine. Feeling that essential backbone for posture. And as if you had X-ray vision, bring your attention right into the skeleton. As if all the skin and organs, veins, muscles have all disappeared. And you sit there naked, apart from the skeleton. Feel these strong bones that create the shape called you. And within the bones, they're not dead, but like the earth, they're full of living matter. Marrow, substance, aliveness, they grow. The bones grow. The bones repair. So when you break a bone, the doctor doesn't fix you. Your own body's immune system, bone system, marrow system, circulatory system repair you. The doctor merely sets the position for the bone. The miracle of your own body, the elements of the earth repair you naturally. Feel that connection with the earth. Let the sit bones penetrate into the earth like a taproot going down, holding you securely in today's practice. On the next inhale, float the hands above the head. Exhale, let the hands move back to the knees, drop the chin and round the back. Start to feel the bones moving, the bones of the spine exaggerating as you lift up, look up, reach up. Feel the arches in the back, feel the front of the body stretching. And as you exhale, rounding. And in today's practice, just consider the qualities of the earth that mean the most to you. Is it the steadiness, the foundation, the reliability that the earth is always under your feet? Is that what you want from your practice today? See if you can align your practice to the quality of the earth that means the most to you. Perhaps it's the fact that the earth contains the oceans, the rivers. The earth creates like a pot holding the shapes so that these movements can flood through the body, so the energy channels are not blocked. That structure. Perhaps it's the fact that the earth is part of this universe, a small, significant planet in the universe, part of the design of infinite space. What are the qualities of the earth? Perhaps it's the source of nourishment that vegetation and animals and life form can all grow. Feeling that growth inside of you. Start to imbibe and feel and embody those particular qualities for the earth today. The next time the hands lift up, reach up, look up, drop the left hand down, lean to that left side, coming over to the left side, and then inhale, reach up. Exhale, opposite side. Simply moving from side to side, allowing the flow of the body. Feel the stretch sensations in the sides of the body. Let the neck stretch out as the ear comes down towards the shoulder. Could you deepen as you come from side to side? On the next inhale, bring the hands out to the side as if you're holding candles. Look to the right, turn the head to the right, check that that palm faces the ceiling, and then turn the head to the left, check that that palm faces the ceiling. If this is too much for your shoulders, allow the hands to slightly tilt forward to reduce any strain. Shoulder blades squeeze, and then as you exhale, gently turn and look back at that back hand and feel the rotation in the body. Inhale, come to neutral. Exhale, opposite side. And continue 2 or 3 more times, holding those candles, feeling the structure of the bones as they join the shoulders, feeling the bones of the ribs as they turn from side to side, feeling the bones in the neck, the skull, as they turn and look. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, bring the hands back into that mudra, little fingers touching at the solar plexus. Close the eyes and simply notice, how does my body feel after the 6 directions of the spine? Do I feel this connection with the earth as I sit? And then lean back and change the cross of the legs, rearranging it to the opposite cross, and then start to walk the hands forward. Now you might come to this point, or you might be able to come down until the elbows come down onto the ground. Some of you might be able to reach those arms out until the head reaches the earth, and you feel the stretch sensations in that low back. In that low back, can you press the sit bones back towards the earth, as if the earth is a big magnet pulling the sit bones back? Find that level of sensation that reflects what you want from today's practice. Do you want to feel that aliveness, that zing in the low back and the hips? Or do you feel you need to restore a little, hold and nurture, regenerate? What are the earth qualities today? Now gently rock from side to side, gentle micro rocking to allow sensations to shift and move like water flowing through a river. Feel how the sensations shift and change position just from this gentle rocking. And then relax everything into that forward fold. Let everything soften, as if you've melted into the earth, like a block of ice is melted into the soil. Feel yourself expand. And then open up the fingers, open up the hands, press down with the finger pads, and let the finger pads walk backwards. Let the hands and the arms start to pick you up, not the back. Let yourself walk back until the head stacks over shoulders, shoulders over hips, palms face up. And feel the body awaken. Come onto all fours, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And as you press the hands down onto the floor, start to feel the alignment of the bones, wrist, elbow, shoulder, and feel the weight bearing down. So the weight bearing down on our bones strengthens the bones. So gravity is our friend. Without gravity, our bones would be very, very weak. But with gravity, the weight of the body pressing down onto those heel palms strengthens all the bones from shoulder all the way down. The same as the weight from the knees into the hips. Feel that weight. Let the hips rock from side to side. Now, the other great thing that strengthens our bones is using muscular tension on the joints. So with the hands underneath you, can you let the elbows shine forward like a light and feel as if you were gripping something underneath your armpits. Feel that muscular wrapping, muscle around bone. And as you do, this intensifies the pressure on the bone, and the bones love pressure. The bones love pressure because it makes them stronger. They feel alive. They grow as a result of that pressure. And start to turn this movement into cat and cow. Inhale, lift the chin, wrap those muscles around the arms, squeeze under the armpits, feel the tailbone lift, feel all those places of stress and tension, the bone lapping it up, getting stronger. And then exhale, rounding the back, changing the stretch sensations from the front of the body to the back. New sensations of tension here in the front of the pelvis, the abdominal muscles, the chest muscles. All feeling that compression, strengthening the bones that they connect to. Inhale, lift up, look up, reach up. Exhale, round, working with the rhythm of your breath. On the next inhale, extend the left foot behind you. Drop the ball of the foot. Now press out through the heel. Press out through the heel so you feel the stretch sensation in the back of that leg, but you also feel the muscle pulling against the bones and the bones delighting, the bones relishing in that extra torque, that extra tension. Inhale, float that foot up parallel to the ground. Exhale, bending the knee towards the chest. Bring the head towards the knee, rounding the back. Inhale, extend. Keep that leg nice and parallel with the spine. Exhale, crunch. Drive out through the heel as if you're trying to press the heel against something solid. Really feel that extension. Toes point towards the earth, knee towards the earth. And then holding that leg out, engage the left arm. Reach the right hand out in front of you. Bird dog pose. And then in bird dog pose, exhale. Bring elbow to navel, knee to head. Feeling the stretch in the body today. Inhale, extend. Feel the structure of the bones changing shape into bird dog and then into a crunch. Notice how amazing these strong bones are, these solid bones, how much they move and change the shape of our body with the muscle, with the nerves, with the blood. Exhale, drop right hand down, left knee down. Exhale, child pose. Let the head come to the earth. Feel the earth underneath the head. Feel the earth under the shins and the hands. Let yourself melt into the earth. Everything returning back to that sense, that connection to the earth. Slow the breath down. Inhale, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And once again, feel the musculature as it wraps around the bone into your sacred cow pose. Exhale, angry cat. Inhale. Exhale, cat and cow. The next time you inhale, extend the right leg behind you. Drop the ball of the foot. Now press out through that heel and really feel the posterior chain of that leg, the calf muscle. Feel how it pulls so strongly along the bones of the lower leg. And feel the hamstring start to stretch as you extend it even more. Inhale, float that leg out, parallel to the earth, knee and toe pointing down. Exhale, crunch, knee to navel. Inhale, extend. Allowing the full range of motion as you crunch, rounding the back. Head comes towards knee, knee towards head. Inhale, extend. And then exhale, extend that left arm out. Palm facing the center line of the body. And then exhale, coming into that super crunch, elbow to navel, knee to head. Inhale, extend. Feel that right arm take the weight of the body. Feel the bones growing and strengthening. Inhale, extend and hold. And then exhale, melt down into the earth. Left hand down, knee down. Knees wide, feet together, melt completely into Mother Earth. Allow the whole body to let go. Become the earth. In that dissolving, become the earth. Be held by the earth. Absorbed by the earth. Slow the breath down. Inhale, tabletop. Hands under shoulders. Curl the toes. And as you curl the toes, engage those arms. Push down with the finger pads. Wrap the muscle around the bone. Feel the elbows point forward. Feel the underneath the armpits tighten up and grip. And then as you press down onto the bottoms of the toes, onto the balls of the feet, lift the knees up off the ground. Keep the knees bent and press the hips back. Feel the weight evenly distributed around the hand. Lengthen the crown of the head towards the hands so the neck aligns between the arms. Push the hips back a little further so you feel tension in the shoulder blades. You feel the musculature around the shoulder blades. You feel the bones of the shoulders. You feel the bones of the hips. Connect all those bones with the bones of the rib cage as you press back a little more. Now wrap the shoulder blades towards the chest as if you're trying to put the elbows like flashlights to the ceiling, and then slowly press the heels back into the mat. Feel downward dog. Feel everything that comes alive in downward dog. Feel the shape of the bones here like a triangle. Like a triangle, beautiful triangle. Hands all the way to hips, hips all the way back to heels. And then lift that right foot into the sky so that it's parallel to the spine. Toes point towards the earth, knee towards the earth. Now imagine, rather than lift the foot up, could you lift the back of the hamstring up? And as you do, feel that left foot press deeply into the mat. So feel the hamstring, the right hamstring trying to reach towards the ceiling, and then look between the hands and step that right foot all the way forward to that right wrist. Drop the left knee. And as you lift the hands off the earth, come into a kneeling position. Shoulders roll back and down. Now feel the earth beneath the left shin, the left foot, and the left knee. Feel the earth underneath that right foot. Let the contact with the earth become more and more stable. Start to feel the muscles around the bones of the left leg tighten up. Start to feel them wrap around the glute, around the buttocks. Feel the quadricep of that front thigh. Feel it push forward and start to tighten up and put stress on the bones, so the bones start to feel loved. They start to feel nourished. They start to grow. Push down with that right foot and bring the awareness into all of that right foot. The big toe mound, the little toe mound. Press the ball of the foot down and then come back to the heel. Imagine the heel has a left and the right, an inner and an outer, and now press down and feel the musculature of that right leg tighten up. Roll the shoulders up, back and down, and then lift the hands up and breathe. Feel strength as your friend here, the structure of the earth. And then float the hands out, palms face up. Hold those candles. Look to the left hand. Check that candle. Inhale, look to the right hand. Holding those candles nice and steady. Rotate left hand forward, right hand back. Unless you're pregnant, go the opposite direction. And as that right hand comes back, look back at that right hand. Now, what happened to the awareness of the muscles of the lower body, the legs? Can you retighten them, re-engage them? Inhale, unwind. And then exhale, opposite side. Look back at that back candle. And as you do, re-engage your connection to the musculature around those legs, those bones of the lower body. Feel the strength. Inhale, unwind. And then exhale, float up. Float the hands down to blocks of the earth so you feel the weight come over that front leg. Let the knee come forward, forward, forward so you feel a stretch in that Achilles tendon. Now use your hands to support you so you don't endanger that knee, but feel the stretch. Press down with the back of the shin. And then slowly come back up. Reach the hands up. This time coming into a little back bend. Bring the thumbs back. Shoulders come together. Shoulder blades come together. Come back a little further as you push that front quadricep, that left quadricep forward, hip flexor forward. If you feel comfortable, lift the chin. And let the chest flower open. Now exhale, float the hands down. This time, doing something a little different. Take that right hand inside the right foot and wrap it around the right calf and let the thumb of the right hand come beside that right pinky toe. Left hand comes down to the mat. Now mirror image right and left hands. Look at the right hand. Look at the left hand, mirror image. Curl the toes of the left foot and lift the left knee. Lengthen through that left heel. Feel the bone of that left heel, that calcaneus bone, push back. And feel how strong the musculature of that left leg becomes. Now lengthen the crown of the head forward. Try to get as much distance between the crown of the head and that heel. Shoulders come back, ribs lift up, so you feel even more muscular engagement in the whole rib cage, the whole shoulder area. And lengthen with each inhale. Keep the length with the exhale as you press out through that left heel even more. Let the hands pull against the mat. They can help lengthen the rib cage up, shoulders back. For 2 more breaths. And on that second exhale, drop the knee, release the hands, float the right leg back, knees wide, melt all the way back to the earth. Let everything go. Feel yourself dissolve into the soil. Feel the relaxation in the shoulder blades as you dissolve. Feel the nourishment of the soil. Just like a plant feels nourishment from the soil and grows and brightens and energizes, feel yourself being replenished. Think of the pauses between action as those moments of restoration, rejuvenation, of being nourished. Just like we sleep every night, we come back to a place of nourishment, of rest, of repair. Can you feel that rest and repair taking hold of you right now? Inhale. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Engage muscles. Wrap those muscles around the bones. Elbows shine forward. Curl the toes of the feet. Lift the knees. Keep the knees bent. Press back, downward facing dog. Keep the knees bent. Bent knee, downward dog. Spread the weight evenly around the finger pads, the heel palms. Elbows shine towards the ceiling. Feel the shoulder blades try to wrap towards the chest. Push the hips back a little further towards that back wall, and then press the heels back towards the mat. Press hands into the mat. Press heels towards the mat. Feel that triangular shape of the bones return once again. Inhale, float left leg up. Feeling the hamstring, the back of the hamstring, the left hamstring trying to reach the ceiling. Knee and toes point towards the ceiling, so you have this beautiful alignment of the leg to the spine. Feel all the muscular engagement of that standing right leg. Press that right heel into the earth. Feel the stability. Then look between the hands, float left foot all the way to that left wrist, and then drop the right knee. Inhale, slowly come up. Stack head over shoulders. Shoulders roll back and down, palms face forward. And in that kneeling position, feel the connection of the bones to the earth. Top of the foot, kneecap, shin, press it into the earth. Engage the muscular action that comes alive. Front foot nice and stable. All 4 corners of that front foot press down into the earth. Lift the hands. And then open the hands out to the wide, holding those candles. Look to the right hand. Have that hand beautifully parallel, facing the ceiling. Left hand. Eyes neutral. Unless you're pregnant, bring that right hand forward. If you're pregnant, go the other way. Exhale. Look back at that left hand. Keep the arms linear. Keep the arms linear so you feel that shoulder blade squeeze. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, opposite side. And in the twist, don't forget that muscular engagement of the lower body. Feel how strong and stable that is. Inhale, neutral. Lift the hands up. And then float the hands forward like you're prostrating. Let the hands come to the earth or blocks. Lean forward. Feel the left heel press into the earth. Keep that bone of the left leg pressing down into the earth. And then slowly come up. Reach the hands up. And consider, is a back bend conducive to your practice now? Could you let the hands come back, chin lift up, and feel the aliveness in the front of the body? Feel all that aliveness. Exhale, float the hands down and wrap that left arm under that left calf, thumb against pinky toe. Right hand mirror image to that left hand. Curl the toes of the right foot, lift the right knee, and press back through that right heel. Feel the aliveness in the musculature around the bones of that right hip down through heel complex. Now push back through the heel and lengthen the crown of the head forward, trying to get as much distance between the crown and the heel. As much distance as you can. Use the hands to pull yourself forward. Feel the anchor of the hands into the earth as the shoulders come back, ribs lift up. And then use your breath to increase the length with each inhale. Keep the neck parallel to the spine. Each inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hold the length and pull back with the hands. 3 more breaths. And then dissolve, soften that back knee. Release the left hand. Left knee comes back and wide. Let everything go. Come all the way back into your child. Let the head rest against the earth or a block or hands or fists. Let the shoulder blades melt as if it was water being dissolved into the soil. Feel all the juices of the torso, the heart, the lungs, the blood. Simply allow it all to dissolve. Feel the softness in the chest. Feel the softness even in the bones. Yeah, we often think of the bones as being a rigid, hard object. But the bone is a living organism. A living organism. Feel the life force in the bones. The softness in the bones. Inhale, hands under shoulders. Curl the toes, bend the knees, press back, bent knee, downward dog. Lengthen through the hands, through the arms, shoulder blades wrap. Hips push back. Press the heels down. Downward dog. Lift that right foot. This time higher, almost into an Eiffel Tower reach. This time you can rotate the knee outwards. Lift that toe as high as you can. And this time float the right foot forward to that right wrist. Keep the hands down for a moment. Keep the hands down. They can be on blocks if you'd like, or on the earth. Now look at that back foot and bring it behind the front foot. So the arch of the back foot lines up with the heel of the front foot. Front foot points forward, back heel at an angle, either parallel to the back of the mat or slightly pigeon-toed. Now lift the left hand off the ground and let it lift your ribs up. Press down through that right heel and float the hands out, warrior two. Let the hands dissolve downwards. Straighten that front leg. Cross the arms in front of the chest. Notice which elbow is on the bottom. And then bend that front knee into warrior two legs. Float the hands out parallel. Look at that back hand. Imagine a candle resting on the back of that hand, palm face up. Sorry, back of the hand facing up, candle resting. Look at the front hand. Make sure the candle rests on both. Now right knee, make sure it's pointing in the same direction as those front toes. Engage the musculature of the legs. Press down with the back foot, back heel. Feel the four corners of that back foot press into the earth, four corners of the front foot, and feel how much muscular action grips the bone. Now exhale, straighten that front leg. Wrap the hands around, hold the shoulders, opposite elbow underneath. Pull the shoulders down. Pull the shoulders down and feel the bones under your hands. Feel those big shoulder bones. Inhale, bend warrior two. Exhale, straighten. And this time, cross right elbow under left. Pull down on the shoulders. And now bring your hands into eagle arms. Bring your hands into eagle arms. Bend that front knee. Warrior two, eagle. Feel warrior two, eagle. Engage the leg muscles, glutes. Now squeeze the bones of the arms together. Feel how the shoulder blades come apart. Shoulders come forward. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then inhale, warrior two. And reach the hands around you. Trace the horizon with the hands. Clasp the hands behind the back. And try to bring the palms together. That's going to make it a little more of a stretch. Open up the chest and the shoulders. Start to bring those hands away from the hips. Exhale. Release into warrior two. Straighten the front leg. So all this work, muscle around bone, is strengthening the bone. Extend left hip back. Drop the hands down onto the hips. Press down through the hip bones. Now that's going to intensify the pressure against the leg bones of that front leg. Push down through the back heel so you lengthen the back, the upper rib cage. Push down with the right hand so you lengthen the bottom rib cage, the inside rib cage. Lengthen crown away from tailbone. Get as much distance as you can. Feel the legs. Legs are strong. Release the right hand towards the earth. It doesn't have to reach the earth. It's not holding you up. Your core strength is holding you up. Your legs are holding you up. Squeeze the buttocks. Lift left hand perpendicular to that right hand. Feel triangle pose. Open up that left shoulder a little more. Hand comes back a little more. And then exhale, bend that front knee. Warrior two. Bones are strong. Bones are strengthening with each moment we hold. Exhale, left hand down to the earth. Step back, downward facing dog. And then come forward into high plank. Feel the weight of the body. Strengthen those bones of the arms. Elbows rotate forward. Exhale, knees wide to the earth. Dissolve into child. Feel the calm after the storm. Inhale, tabletop. Strengthen the arms. Curl the toes of the feet. Pick up the knees, bent knee, downward facing dog. Lift the left foot high to the sky. And this time with the left foot, open it up like the toes are trying to reach the ceiling. Now push down with the hands so you really feel the bones of the arms getting plenty of pressure. And then sweep that left foot all the way forward to that left wrist. Keep the right knee lifted. Hands on earth or blocks. Now take the right foot and flatten it to the floor. All four corners down. Heel bones, inner and outer. Ball of the foot, inner and outer. Foot either parallel to the back edge of the mat or slightly pigeon-toed. Arch of the foot lines up with heel of the front foot. Now right hand sweeps up, and as it does, it's going to lift the torso up. Warrior two. Feel warrior two. Exhale, bring the hands together. Grab the shoulders. Pull the shoulders down. Inhale, open up, straighten that front leg. Exhale, bend. Cross the arms, opposite elbow. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, cross. And the next time the elbow comes under that, the left elbow on top this time, right elbow on, it was the other way around. So left elbow underneath. Hold, and then bring the hands together into eagle arms. Now what's happened to your bones? Let the bones feel the muscles wrap in every quarter you can imagine. Feet pressing firmly against mat. Push, squeeze the buttocks. Feel the whole engagement of that back leg. Front leg. Feel the engagement. Now feel the engagement between the arms. Squeeze the bones of the arms together. Feel that stretch through the back. And then changing that stretch to the opposite direction, release the hands. Float the hands around behind you. And clasp the hands together. I'll turn around so you can see what that looks like from behind. So there's the palms apart, or you could bring the palms together. That's going to give you a whole different level of stretch. Now push the knuckles away, and then lift those hands away from the buttocks until you feel a gorgeous stretch across the shoulders and chest. Inhale, release, warrior two, straighten the front leg, hands on hips. Like the leaning tower of Pisa. Let the torso remain straight, but it's leaning into the earth. Push down with the hips to engage more pressure on those bones and connective tissue, especially in that upper left thigh. Push down. Now engage the back leg. Stabilize. Squeeze the butt and push the hips forward a little bit. Release the left hand towards the earth, just like you've unraveled something and it's just hanging there like a plumb bob. Right hand reaches up. Now with that reaching, you might find that you can lean a little further forward, hands coming down towards the earth. Right shoulder blade comes back a little bit, big opening in the chest. Exhale, release, warrior two. Revolve that right hand down, step back, downward facing dog. Now once again, high plank. Elbows shine forward, feel the strength, muscle around bone. Drop the knees. Exhale, come back. Child pose. Let everything dissolve. Now come onto your sit bones. and bring the soles of the feet together. Rock from side to side. Shoulders roll back and down. Now really grip hold of the shins. Some of you might be able to clasp the fingers underneath the feet. So there's a nice strong engagement here. Hands and arms very strong. Let the arms be straight. How do you straighten the arms? You simply bring the shoulders back, chest forward. And that's going to give you a lot of strength in the arms. And then when you've found a point of isometric tension, where you can feel the whole body almost like it's locked into a number of forces moving in opposite directions. Let's break those forces down. Now, sit bones are pressing down into the earth, crown of the head lifting. So here's two forces. Sit bones down, push into the earth, crown of the head lifts. So there's a lifting and a pushing. Two forces moving in opposite directions through the spine. That lengthens the spine. Now, the toes or the shins, the knees open out and pull down on the hands, but the shoulders are trying to pull back and down. So here's another isometric tension through shoulders to hands and knees pushing down creates a third isometric. Now start to hinge forward, keeping the spine straight. Bend the knees. Push down through the sit bones, lengthen through the crown of the head. Shoulders come back, chest stays forward. Elbows are bending now. And feel this new isometric in the body. And then slowly melt into this shape. Melt so that the chin comes down towards the chest. Forehead comes towards toes. Elbows can come out here. So the elbows can come out in front of the knees. This is going to give you a little more range of motion. Shoulder blades come apart. Whole back body stretching open. Feel cobbler's pose, bound angle. Feel that in the body. And then slowly bring the hands underneath you onto the floor. Walk the hands back very, very slowly. Let the hands pick you up. Bring the knees together. And then slowly lower the body down onto the back. Extend the legs out. Now, even on our back, we can create isometric pressure on the bones, which is a beautiful thing. Reach the hands over the head, palms together. So not clasping the fingers, in prayer position above the head. Toes curl back towards the shin. Now push out through the heels, as if the heel bones are trying to make you longer. Press out through the fingertips, away from the crown of the head, so you can feel a lengthening, fingertips away from heels. Keep that isometric engagement. Now adding a third parameter here, pull the navel back towards the spine so you shorten the front of the body. You flatten the back against the mat. So here we have three directions. We have lengthening, fingertips and heels, and we have a shortening, navel towards spine, low back comes down to the mat. Feel that isometric and take 5 slow, deep Dirga pranayamas here. You can add the Ujjayi sound if you like. Feel the structure. Feel the earth beneath you, holding the whole body. Feel the shape of your bones. 2 more breaths. On that next exhale, bend the right knee and grab the right knee. Squeeze the right knee towards the right shoulder. Lengthen out through the left heel. Keep the shoulder blades down to the earth. Feel the connection to the earth. Change legs. Squeeze the knee towards that left shoulder. Toes curl back towards the shin. Press out through the right heel. Engage the right leg. Squeeze knee. Extend heel. Keep holding the left knee. Bring the right knee up. Squeeze both knees towards the shoulders. Curl up into a little ball. Lift the head. Chin towards between the knees. Pull the knees towards the shoulders. And then slowly exhale. Drop the feet onto the mat. Knees face the ceiling. Feet wide on the mat. Hands out to the side. Exhale. Windshield wiper the knees left and right. Let the head turn in the opposite direction to the knees. The next time the knees come to the left, pause. Keep the head turned to the right. If you'd like a little more gravity on that right outer thigh, lift the left foot, rest the left foot on top of that right outer thigh just above the knee. Let the weight of the body and gravity do its work on the bones. Snow angel the right hand above the head as if you're reaching for something. Come back to neutral. Release the foot. Stand the legs, feet on the mat, knees facing the ceiling. Just pause for a breath or two. Feel the steadiness, that earthiness of substance you are beneath all the fluctuations of the nerves, all the fluctuations of the heart. So feel this steadiness in your being. And then start to sway the knees left and right. The next time the knees come to the right, this time hold them down. Head holds to the left. Option to rest the right foot on top of that left outer thigh, just above the knee. You can snow angel that left hand above the head. And then release. Bring the knees back to neutral. Extend the legs out and bend the elbows and bring the little, create fists so the fists face each other, and then straighten the pinky fingers so the pinky fingers touch, and just let them rest on the solar plexus. Connection to the earth. What does the earth mean to you at the end of your practice? And then let everything dissolve into Shavasana, as if you've returned to the earth and become the earth. And once again, knowing you're in the sanctity of your own space, just decide if you'd like to remain connected to the earth for a little while longer or not. Having that freedom to choose to stay, maybe resting on the earth or coming into meditation. Or feeling it's time to complete the practice and move into the day ahead. Let your own life conditions give you that rare opportunity in yoga to decide your own next few minutes without having to conform to the class. Inhale, bend the knees, and gently roll to one side. Come up to a stable seated position. Bring the fists towards each other, extend the pinky toes. Elbows and forearms create a beautiful line parallel to the earth. The solar plexus, roll the shoulders back and down. Feeling that mudra of connection to the earth. Change the mudra to prayer position. Thumbs against the chest, let the head bow in gratitude. The earth and our connection to the earth and each other. Namaste. Thank you, folks. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're enjoying the practice, and deep, deep gratitude for all those who've sent donations or joined my live classes. Thank you. Have a great day.